The word for Sunday is from 2 Peter. The Lord is not being slow in carrying out his promises as some people think he is. Rather, he is being patient with you, wanting nobody to be lost and everybody to be brought to repentance. You're on Ireland's Positive Sound, Spirit Radio, passion for life.
Spirit Radio weather.
Sunny intervals locally, but rather cloudy in most areas. Continuing dry in many places, but showers will spread north this evening. Oh dear. A few possibly thundery. Continuing rather cloudy tonight with isolated showers likely, but most areas staying dry. Very mild and humid. Some coastal fog possible. Lowest temperatures of 15 to 17 degrees Celsius.
Nights with Darren Mahon on Spirit Radio.
Very good evening to you. Darren Mahon here in studio until midnight tonight. It's been a couple of weeks, I have to say. It's great to be back. It's great to be back in the studio. I was actually sick for a week and a half, and I was away in Wimbledon for another of the weeks that I was away, which was absolutely incredible. Really had a great time, and got to see the quarterfinals, and then really enjoyed the Murray final, and delighted to see that he won, which was really excellent. Now we've loads lined up this evening, lots to come, so stick here, stay here on Spirit Radio with myself. And joined on the line this evening is Kevin Sheridan. Kevin, are you there? Hello, Kevin.
How are you?
There you are.
Great to hear from you.
Good. Kevin, I'm telling you, I've been a bit run down over the past couple of weeks. I don't know whether I got a bit burnt out. You see, I was the event manager for the pro-life marches that were on in Merrion Square and Kildare Street, and I was absolutely wiped out after the whole thing. And then I got a bit of a fever, I suppose, for a couple of days, and I'm not joking you, only up until a couple of days ago I just had no energy. So I wanted to get you on the air to maybe give us some tips, because I'm sure it happens to loads of people out there.
Yes, of course, Darren, of course. Well, listen, there's a couple of things you must kind of do. First of all, when you are under a lot of pressure and that, it's very easy to kind of let the whole food thing go out the window.
Well, that is exactly what happened to me, Kevin. I am not joking. You don't even think about food. You grab food wherever you can get it. You eat terribly. Absolutely terribly. I mean, I was just junk. Anything McDonald's. Excuse me saying McDonald's, but I mean any kind of food out there that was just easy to get. But
carrots and broccoli went to the bottom of the pile.
all the cooking and the home food and all that sort of thing went out the window for about 4 weeks. And
because you were doing brilliantly with us. Brilliantly.
Well, I was doing brilliantly. Then I was running on snack food, and then suddenly I was wiped out. So I just can't. I didn't seem to have any energy at all in the past.
Okay, well look, here's a few little pointers that might be able to help you and our listeners. Now, first of all, with this great weather which we're having at the moment, it's very important to make sure that you always keep yourself hydrated. That's crucial, and especially in this warm weather. You're talking a minimum of 2 litres of water a day. Are you getting that in?
Well, no, I have to say, I know I was speaking to you. I was speaking to you on Thursday, and I said I have to get back on Kevin's plan again, because I have to say, even in the past 2-3 days that I've been on it, Kevin, I feel brilliant. And delighted to be back in studio and the whole lot. But I was very run down. Just eating, crap, which just, I don't know, it just gives you nothing really.
Absolutely not. Well, listen, I've done a little bit of research for you, so a few little things we might be able to help you with, and hopefully your listeners as well, Darren. First and foremost, right, you've got to get into the right psychology, the right headspace to get yourself back on track. And what they often say, and this is what I always tell my clients, and that is, that 80% of what you do, of achieving what you set out to achieve, is getting the right psychology. The other 20% is actually the mechanics, is what you would call the mechanics of it.
Yeah, because you know what, you tend to tell yourself, I think, as well, that you're, you know, when you feel you've no energy, you tend to tell yourself, "Oh, I've no energy. You know, I can't do anything."
Absolutely. And then, but you see, that actually has a spiraling downward effect. Because what you do is, if you're feeling crap, you'll turn and eat rubbish to kind of comfort yourself, which in turn makes you feel even more worse, which in turn you try to comfort yourself by eating more crap, and it really does become a vicious cycle. Now, the good news is that you can completely turn all that around, and the first thing you got to do is you got to get yourself into the right frame of mind. And there's two frame of minds between you should do and you must do. If you're in a should, I should do this, it ain't going to happen. Okay? I should go on a diet, I should start, it's just not going to happen. But once you change that mindset into I must, you make a really conscious decision to say, right, I am going to do this categorically from tomorrow. And I guarantee you, once you do just these little principles that I'm going to go through with you, Darren, you will feel, I guarantee you will feel 100% better.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it sounds great, because I was talking to you on Thursday and you were saying to me, you gave me a tip straight away, which I did, and made an instant difference. Maybe you might tell our listeners a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Well, basically, just before I tell our listeners that, I'm just going to go through just a few little very basic points.
Yeah.
First of all, get into the right mindset. So you've got to say to yourself tonight, I am actually consciously going to do this. I must do this. That's the first thing, right? The second thing is you've got to find foods which are going to energize you versus foods which are actually going to deplete you of energy.
Okay.
Now, they all talk about, the whole key is what's called alkalinity. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Basically, what it means is alkalinity is basically natural foods versus toxic, which is man-made foods and that. So if you want to go alkaline, so to speak, the whole key, they say, is go green. Alkalinity, go green. Any kind of green foods, any kind of green vegetables, any kind of green fruits, anything like that, it has an immediate effect on you. You're talking about choosing natural food. You're really talking about getting clean. That's the first step of the system. And that's about kind of eliminating all of the toxins out of your eating plan. It's really the foundation stone on which the whole course, everything that I do is actually really based on. So you've got to remove these kind of toxic elements from the whole eating plan. And like what you're talking about there, Darren, is you're talking about removing all of fast food, all of junk food, all of processed foods, all of the really convenience kind of foods, because they're completely nutritionally barren. They're not going to do nothing for you. They're going to make you miserable. They're going to make you lethargic. And your body reacts by what it does is it immobilizes all of the fat that's actually coming in. It's holding on to all of that fat. You're getting no nutritional benefits whatsoever, and then you're going to end up starving, you're going to end up malnourished, and, you know, feeling really depressed.
Yeah, and lethargic.
Lethargic, exactly. But now, this is how we go about changing it. Have you got your notebook out?
I have my notebook out, yes.
Okay. First and foremost, go green. The next thing is take that 70% of your foods must be water-rich foods. And what water-rich means is that they've got to be natural foods, natural fruits, natural vegetables, anything that comes out of the ground, comes off trees. The kind of foods you're talking about is something that comes from the sea. Any kind of natural foods are what's called alkaline, which means that they're natural. Anything which is man-made is going to destroy you, and that's what they say basically is toxic. So you've got to go about getting yourself clean, getting yourself eating properly, just taking that little bit of extra effort to make sure that you're keeping yourself hydrated. And that thing we were talking about in the morning.
Yeah.
The first thing in the morning, Darren, what you should try to do is have a glass of water with some lemon mixed into it, freshly squeezed lemon into it, okay? That immediately has a cleansing effect inside of you. Then what we were talking about was the juices. Now, this is one of the greatest discoveries that I've made in the last 15 years. of being in this business is first thing in the morning, a juicer. And what you're talking about, the ideal thing is about 5 carrots, 5 sticks of celery, 2 apples, an orange, and mix it all in. And literally drink it straight. Now that immediately has an effect on you, on your skin, your teeth, your hair, your energy levels immediately shoot through the roof. That one piece of advice is worth 100,000 euros. Yes, absolutely, put the check in the post. Once you start doing that, Darren, I'm telling you, you will never, ever go back.
Absolutely.
So have you been doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe. Yeah, no, I went out. I was speaking to you on Thursday, and then I went to the shop, and I got all the stuff that you were talking about, and I've been doing it, and I have to say, I suddenly the energy is starting to come back. But I mean, I tell you what, I was awful. I was coming in late at night, and I was ordering big 15-inch pizza. I ate a whole. Would you believe? I've got a cameraman in studio today. I ate a whole 15-inch pizza to myself. Oh. Yeah, twice over the past couple of weeks. Yeah.
But here's the question, right? So you've had a large pizza. At what time in the evening is this? Now I know you're nocturnal, like
2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, and I'm not joking you. I did not feel well when I woke up the next day. I didn't.
Barf. No, but absolutely. Listen, Darren, the truth of the matter is now, hand on your heart, tell us. You had the pizza at what time? 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
So, immediately after you ate the pizza, how did you feel?
Well, initially I thought it was great. It was really good.
An hour later, were you able to sleep?
It wasn't an hour later. It was the next morning. The whole body was, shut down. I felt ill.
Because all you're doing is just clogging up the arteries. Because you take in all of that and it's just lying in your stomach. It has nowhere to go. And when you wake up the next morning, I bet you would have felt really lethargic. Oh
no, I did. I just didn't feel well, and I kept, you kept coming into my mind. I kept saying, I have to get. Well, no, like that, as you say, I was up to my eyes. Everything was all over the place, and I was just grabbing food when I could, and then I was eating far too much because I was going for hours without food, and that's how, I don't know how, but that's how I ate that 15-inch. But anyway, then I just kept in the back of my mind was like, I have to get back to cooking for myself, eating the good food, having fish and fresh vegetables and greens and all that sort of stuff, and it was there, it was in the mind, because I was just feeling so horrible.
You really do. And it's the same, like once you eat some of these things, like you eat them and immediately after you feel, oh, this is great, and then, an hour or two later or the next morning you're waking up and you're ready to barf all over the place because you feel terrible, you feel crap, you can't get out of bed, you've no energy, you're in bad humour, all of those kind of things.
Well, I would never have really realised it, only that in the past year I have been, eating properly, following your eating plan and feeling really good, wake up full of energy, wake up ready to go. I've been handed a voucher here for pizza. Paul, get out. But no, and that's what made me want to get back on track. And now I'm only, as I say, since Thursday, but I'm having fish, I'm vegetables. I feel great
through the morning. Okay, so first of all, what time now are you getting to bed at, roughly?
Well, I'm just getting back on track. I'm starting to get back on track because I have been sick. I've literally been in bed for the past week and a half.
That's complete exhaustion, Darren. And you see, when you are exhausted, right, the whole world takes on a whole different dynamic.
It was like people texting me, people were ringing me, and I was just like, just leave me alone. I just need time.
Pulling out of you morning, noon and night. Absolutely, Darren. And the more stressed you get, you start eating all of this kind of crap to comfort eat, and you think it's going to, help you, but it actually really does the opposite of that. So what you got to do is, first of all, try to get back into the proper kind of sleeping patterns.
Yeah.
That means not like an owl, but going to bed, and I know sometimes you go to bed very, very late, but try to be in bed, even for you, Darren, by midnight. That'll be something on its own.
That would be a record.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. A record. But try to get into the habit of that, right? Make sure you're getting a solid 8 hours a night.
Okay, yeah.
Minimum 8 hours a night, right? Rule 2, make sure that you're taking in at least 2 litres of water a day. Now, that's absolutely imperative.
Okay.
2 litres of water a day. Number 3, take in your juices first thing in the morning. That juice we were talking about, a glass of water and just some lemon in it first thing in the morning. Then have your juice, 5 carrots, 5 sticks of celery, 2 apples, an orange. First thing in the morning, drink that. And one of the things that I actually got that from was, I remember talking to a guy, a man, he was probably in his 70s. He was down, he lives very close to us, and I hadn't seen him in an age, right? And I remember bumping into him once, and I said to him, my God, I said, you look absolutely fantastic. What have you done? And he said, oh, listen, I'm after discovering this amazing thing. First thing in the morning, I have this juice, just the one I was telling you about. Because wait till you see the way, Darren, that your skin reacts to it, your hair, your teeth, your energy. It's absolutely fabulous. Are you writing the check as we speak?
Absolutely, yeah. Just give it to our listeners again. What to put in that juice. 5 carrots, yeah.
5 sticks of celery.
5 sticks of celery.
2 apples.
2 apples.
1 orange.
1 orange.
And if you want, now, one of the things that we often put in is, beetroot.
Yes.
Now, I know it doesn't sound too great, but like when it's mixed in, the beetroot's actually brilliant for your blood, believe it or not.
Oh.
And when it's mixed in with all of that, it's not even, you wouldn't even taste it, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you want, you can put in things like cucumbers, limes, anything like that at all. But that's the basis of it, is your carrots, celery, apples, orange, and drink it straight away first thing in the morning.
Okay.
You do that, and I promise you will never, ever regret it.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin, I haven't regret going on your plans. They just have been absolutely marvellous. And anytime I go away from them, I'm eager to get back on track, because as you say, your skin, and you know what, I was eating all this rubbish and everything, and I broke out in sort of like a rash and everything, it's just like it was all happening.
Yeah, but that's a whole combination, Darren. I've been stressed, I've been tired, I've eaten all the crap, and to be honest, you're going to be feeling crap, you're going to be feeling terrible with all of that. But the beauty about that juice is that first thing in the morning, it just energizes you, it sets you up, you're ready to go for the whole day. Along with your breakfast, one of the best things you can have is oatmeal. Swear by oatmeal.
Okay.
And that's your porridge, and you can have that. Now, sometimes it can be a bit bland on its own, but what I see to people is put in some kind of organic yogurt or some nuts or blueberries or raspberries or anything like that, but have that first thing in the morning. It really just sets you up on that.
Yeah. I've been doing the blueberries and stuff.
11 o'clock in the morning, just have a piece of fruit. A banana is perfect. Then for your lunch, try to stick with kind of a salad with some form of protein, which is going to be your fish, is going to be your meat, and any form of salad at all. At 4 o'clock, have an apple, and then for your main meal, have fish or meat with any amount of vegetables you want, preferably green veg like broccoli, any of those kind of things, asparagus, anything like that at all. And then have something light at about 9, half 8, 9 in the evening. The ideal thing there is kind of an organic yogurt with some nuts or something like that mixed into it. Because once you're eating like that, it will transform you within
days. I'm not joking.
Yeah, it really will.
And you can check us out on YouTube, because this video will be up on YouTube next week. But you can see, I'm just showing the camera here, the stomach is not too bad, we're back on track. I think. Yeah, it does work very fast.
After 15-inch pizza.
2 of them.
Good God.
I don't know.
But the beauty about that, Darren, is, right, that even if you do go off track, even for a couple of weeks, right, and you're eating all that sort of rubbish, right, all it is, believe it or not, is it's fluid. Once you get back on track, you'll actually lose it immediately. Really will. And the other thing that I would really strongly recommend to do is, are you very busy in work at the moment, Darren?
Yeah, it's pressure, it's stress. I suppose a lot of people.
A lot of pressure.
Like
well, what I was going to suggest is, if you can get out each day for about a 30-minute brisk walk, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
30 minutes. Would that be a runner?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
30 minutes, get out, turn your phone off. You're not available to anybody. Just get out, 30 minutes, and get back in that kind of eating plan. Get back to the proper sleeping patterns, and you're going to feel so much better within yourself.
Kevin, a Sheridan, an absolute pleasure as ever. You're absolutely fantastic for coming on.
And listen, I have a huge website that's going to be ready in a couple of weeks. I'm dying to tell all you and all your listeners all about it.
Absolutely. Kevin is launching a new website where you'll be able to follow all his eating plans that you've heard over the years, and they are absolutely wonderful. And you can check it out, and it's weightloss-masterclass.com. That's weightloss-masterclass.com. It's not live yet, but shall be
live, I'd say, within the next couple of weeks.
Yes, exactly. Kevin, you're so good as ever. Thank you so much for joining us on the air this evening.
No problem, my friend. God bless you.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye.